Shailaputhri, the first in the row of adoration during Navarathri, the first goddess. She is in the power of the three murtis. She is the one that invokes purification of the body, of the physical, and belongs to the elements of energy of Durga. Her colors are the golden light that we find in the mountains, and I have chosen a Kodu Pulli Kolam on 3 by 5 to commemorate the beginnings of that journey, that spiraling journey that we take when we go up a mountain. It's almost like an umbilical cord that we journey on to reach into that depth of cleansing ourselves on all those levels, physically, to clean our body by going into fasting, into meditation, preparing ourselves.
Om Vijayayai Namaha, Om Jayantyai Namaha, Om Shambhavyai Namaha, Om Shantyai Namaha, Om Brahmyai Namaha, Om Brahmanda Dharanyai Namaha, Om Maharupayai Namaha, Om Mahamayayai Namaha, Om
I invoke her face in a very traditional way that we see demonstrated all over India, where she is depicted with her face, and she's got a big red dot on her forehead where the third eye is supposed to be, and she has a crown, and she's got these beautiful big ornaments around her face, like earrings and necklaces. And I've chosen for each of the 9 emanations of the goddess different attire. So you see here also the beautiful spiral movement that is held by the grid structure of 3 to 5 Kodupulli.
Om Sarvamurti Swarupinyai Namaha, Om Vedamurtyai Namaha, Om Vedabhutyai Namaha, Om Vedantayai Namaha, Om Vyavaharanyai Namaha, Om Anaghayai Namaha.
On this first day of Navarathri, where Shailaputhri is invoked to assist and help us and guide us in how to fast, how to contract, shrink the spiraling in movement, going in towards the umbilical cord, going back to the essence of nourishment, and how to cleanse the body there. So this is a very beautiful movement. Therefore I chose in Kodupulli the spiral to represent her force and energy.
Om Jata Mukuta Shobhanyai Namaha, Om Apramanayai Namaha, Om Pramanayai Namaha.
Brahmacharini is the second Durga avatar during Navaratri, and she is all about entering into the field of meditation, and to doing that, to going into that ascetic energy, to enlightenment, to the moksha with the white light complexion. She actually cuts down on all the food, and in the end she is said to nourish herself only on bay leaves. Therefore I have chosen the bay leaf pattern, because that is what she was feeding herself on during a fast that lasted more than a year, and in that I chose the white and the green as colors for her. This meditation is also a beautiful movement where I chose as Kodu Pulli pattern the triangle energy, the rising and descending triangles that represent the female energy and the male energy. But these two energies in Shatkhona, in 6 angular angles, the kona standing for angles, they are also holding the bay leaf structure in them. And her crown, everything is made up of this beautiful bay leaf. We also see that I've used turmeric and indigo powder to create the green color, and this also is very beautiful, to use natural color pigments to commemorate this energy of the goddess, to honor her in nature. She is not cutting herself off from nature, she is purifying nature within us, and she's strengthened by her meditation and silence, and this is also creating silence in peace in the cells of the physical body. So she's also still part of the physical body being cleansed and prepared for this journey in the 9 nights of Navarathri.
Om Vagishwaryai Namaha. Om Vaksiddhyai Namaha. Om Jnana Gocharaye Namaha. Om Balayai Namaha. Om Paramakalyanयै Namaha. Om Bhanumandalavasinयै Namaha. Om Avyaktaयै Namaha. Om Vyaktarupayai Namaha. Om Avyaktarupayai Namaha. Om Anantayai Namaha. Om Chandrayai Namaha. Om Chandramandalavasinयै Namaha. Om Chandramandalamanditāyai Namaha.
Above the crown of leaves in structure, we see that I have added 2 hexagons and then triangles within triangles, accentuating this beautiful trinity fold that is where she is entering into creating peace in the cellular level, in the body, in the physical, in the energy that is masculine, in the energy that is feminine, in the deep essence of our physicality, so that there is a harmony. This also enlarges the capacity to become vast and connected to everything. So where we were shrinking and cleansing, now we are creating this calm vastness in the physical body. And Brahmacharini also still belongs to the Durga aspect of the first 3 goddesses of Navarathri. You see in my using of indigo mixed with turmeric powder, I have achieved this beautiful green with which I am coloring and adding leaf structures to show how she has been nourishing and being nurtured by the plant life that has also medicinal properties and cleansing properties before she came to be completely in the meditative state of not consuming anything anymore, no more images, no more food, nothing. She's completely quiet in the body, held by this beautiful star energy. 6 stars, 6 sharp corners surrounding her, and lots of little spirals and the trinity leaves of the bay tree. Completing her image with the red dot, which is symbolic to the essence of Shakti, the feminine power, sprinkling a little bit of gold and turmeric, sanctifying and illuminating the space around her with light. We're here on a journey to celebrate light, to call for light, to invoke light, to nurture ourselves with light, and to
ॐ
become light.
महादेव्यै नमः ॐ अम्बिकायै नमः ॐ परमेश्वर्यै नमः
Chandraganta, the third of Durga's energy in that trinity, the first 3 days of Navarathri, represents prayers and is very feminine. It's all about the intuition, awakening the intuition because of the fasting and the cleansing and the meditation. We become more and more receptive to that space, and it's the crescent moon in the shape of a bell that is decorating her forehead and her third eye, and she has this golden grey silver color complexion, but I have chosen to use indigo and mixed it with rice to give her this beautiful blue color. So all moon related imagery in kolam structures befit Chandraganta, Chandra meaning moon, and here the moon is in its crescent shape, so it's almost like a bowl in which it is receiving, channeling the energies of the cosmic forces. The moon is almost like a portal in which things can be collected, or things can be held, so that the energies can be channeled in the right direction. You see, the crescent moon is always paired with the Shatkrona star, the six-sided, six-angular star.
ॐ सर्वमूर्तिस्वरूपिण्यै नमः ॐ वेदमूर्त्यै नमः ॐ वेदभूत्यै नमः ॐ वेदान्तायै नमः ॐ व्यवहारण्यै नमः ॐ अनघायै नमः ॐ भगवत्यै नमः ॐ रौद्रायै नमः ॐ रुद्रस्वरूपिण्यै नमः ॐ नारायण्यै नमः ॐ नारसिंह्यै नमः ॐ नागयज्ञोपवीतन्यै नमः ॐ शङ्खचक्रगदाधारण्यै नमः ॐ जटामुकुटशोभिन्यै नमः
So the first 3 are dedicated within a beautiful vessel of Durga's energy, and it's about fasting, meditating, praying. It's learning how to, in the physical body, in the vital energy, to harness the energies to become peaceful, quiet, so that you can become a good receptor of the universal forces, and your higher self can also become more part of your life. And this is the first 3 nights that are really doing that kind of work, and we're invoking those goddess aspects to come and help assist us. So here you see me unfolding the moon, the crescent moon with its accompanying 6-star in Shatkrona, which is often Venus, and Venus is also all about balance and harmony and beauty. The indigo I have mixed with white rice powder, which is now going to be on my face. So it's this energy of silver, grey, bathe yourself in this feminine energy. Allow it to nurture you, allow it to make you intuitive, receptive. Your third eye, pineal gland, becomes more receptive through your cleansing, so your capacity to see the subtle physical realm becomes more attuned. And in that you will feel more balanced and more attuned to the natural forces around you that enact upon us all the time. Only we are not always aware of them. We are not always allowing them to be consciously part of our life.
ॐ सूर्यमूर्तिस्वरूपिण्यै नमः ॐ आयुर्लक्ष्म्यै नमः ॐ विद्यालक्ष्म्यै नमः ॐ सर्वलक्ष्मीप्रदायै नमः
Kushmanda. She is part of the first trinity of goddess emanations that represents Lakshmi's energy, that is Rajasic and active in passion, gives rise to devotional mantra singing and chanting. So Kushmanda is considered the one that has created the universe, like she's holding the cosmic egg. And I've decided to show you the button of the seed of life as the central image. And here her face, Kushmanda's face, will be looking at that egg from the 6 directions of space. So the cosmic egg is represented by the seed of life in sacred geometry, and they are basically made up of 6 dots that make up a circle around the central dot. And on the periphery, on the circumference of each of those 6 dots, we can lay out then another circle. So we then achieve 6 circles around the central circle. And this makes up the seed of life and represents here the cosmic egg, creator of the universe. And the colors are like orange, salmon, pink, or the colors of the womb. And we are invoking that essence of origin. And here we also have the origin seed syllables of making up
शिवतेजोमुख्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुवल्लभायै नमः ॐ केशविभूषितायै नमः ॐ कुर्मायै नमः ॐ महिषासुरघातिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वरक्षायै नमः ॐ महाकाल्यै नमः ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमः.
Being the goddess emanation of the 4th day during Navarathri, she is there to remind us that now we are ready to plunge into the sound vibrations of mantras and the chanting and the singing. So women come together and they chant and they sing. Obviously they also dance, and all this creates this beautiful field of energy that becomes larger than yourself. And it's in this that you are held together by this collective force of vibration and adoration and devotion, deep devotion. So this deep devotion is being nurtured in each individual through the collective energy during Navarathri. And this is very beautiful because within devotion you learn to become more unified with the collective, so that you can let go of your ego and mind formations. You can let go of all those structures that you think you are supposed to be in life, and you can basically cleanse your emotions, cleanse your feelings of identity and allow a more loving rhythm to enter into your being through the chanting, through the recitation of prayers, mantras. And these mantras can be anything. They can be simple things like the sounds are O-M, can be also culturally attuned to your own religion. May you be Islamic, then you can do the Allah invocation, or Amin if you're Christian, or you can have your own personal devotional sound that can come from deep within. It can be love be with you, or anything like that, anything spontaneous that comes to you. So instead of the common words that we use, like F-U-C-K when we are angry, why not change it and say something else like frolic, or foam, or flame, or first, or change the energy of your vibration in emotional field. And this is really this beautiful Kushmanda energy of chanting. And in all cultures we find the chanting to help and assist the collective, the individual in the collective to merge. And this is a beautiful practice. And Kushmanda represents this energy.
व्यवहारण्यै नमः ॐ अनघायै नमः ॐ भगवत्यै नमः ॐ रौद्रायै नमः ॐ रुद्रस्वरूपिण्यै
I've given her earrings like wheels of time and energy. I've given her a lot of yellow for the flame, energy of light. Remember, we're invoking light. We're invoking the light to conquer the darkness, to bring in the forces of the universe of light more directly, more consciously in our bodies, in our emotions, in our feelings. Again, a sprinkle of turmeric to complete the entire image. And the kumkum, the red Shakti force, to bring attention and focus to the central part of the entire image, which also connects to the central part within yourself.
ॐ पुण्यकीर्त्यै नमः ॐ स्तुतायै नमः
Skandamata. She is the Devi, the goddess, the appearance on the 5th night of Navarathri, in which she is the second power that personifies Lakshmi's energy. She is a mother goddess of the everlasting, youthful warrior of the divine energies called Skanda, six-faced Murugan Kartikeyan, and she is also a chief commander of the divine energies. She is to ward off all evils, and I am portraying her supported by the symbol of the cube, because the cube has 6 facets, 6 faces, and when we throw the dice, we are throwing the dice, the game of life, basically, a game of likes and dislikes, and trying to find clearance in the roller coaster of life. And this game of life, she is capable of, as a chief commander of the warrior-like energies, she is capable of being strategic. And if you play games well, you need to also be strategic. So in the emotional field of where we are purging the energies of likes and dislikes, it is also important to learn to be strategic in cleansing oneself of all these likes and dislikes in order to become more and more capable of coming to the essence of your emotional field and emotional being. And that is a sense of receptivity, practicing the observer, practicing the one that can perceive the structures of the game.
ॐ बलायै नमः ॐ परमकल्याण्यै नमः ॐ भानुमण्डलवासिन्यै नमः ॐ अव्यक्तायै नमः ॐ व्यक्तरूपायै नमः ॐ अव्यक्तरूपायै नमः ॐ अनन्तायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलवासिन्यै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलमण्डितायै नमः
As chief commander of divine energies, one has to be also a bit strategic in understanding how to emotionally be compassionate in order for the well-being of the collective. So this is also what games teach us. You learn how to lose your battles, but also how to win them and how to share the gain, the one energy, your wealth, share it with each other, with the family, with the others. It's very important.
ॐ दारिद्र्यहारिण्यै नमः ॐ शिवतेजोमुख्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुवल्लभायै नमः
Here I'm chosen to using the colors of the peacock, like blues and greens, because I thought being Skandamata and Murugan is known to have the peacock as his vehicle. I thought maybe the mother of Skanda also enjoys the vehicle energy of the peacock. And the peacock represents also in the meditative state the space of iridescent colors, and knows also in the folklore, people know that when in nature a peacock cries, it is announcing the rains, the coming of the rains, the coming of Indra, the god of the rains, the thunder, the lightning, the energies of that nourishing energy. So again you have this prosperity. It's like celebrating prosperity in the emotions, in the rhythm of life, in the cycles of life, in becoming compassionate.
शक्त्यै नमः ॐ महादेव्यै नमः ॐ अम्बिकायै नमः ॐ
Katyayani is the third of the group of goddesses, deities, Devis dedicated to the energy field of Lakshmi. And Lakshmi's energy field is all about love, harmony, rhythm, beauty, and wealth and abundance on all levels of consciousness. So also in our field of emotions, So the first three avatars that we dealt with were in the field of consciousness of Durga, which dealt with the physical body. And then Lakshmi is dealing with the field of all our emotional field. And here Katyayani is represented as the warrior goddess that is slaying demon Mahishasura. And Mahishasura is the one that looks like a buffalo. He's the buffalo demon god. And he represents the forces of ignorance and chaos and all that is hidden by outer appearances of goodness, but actually has a very demonic intention. So what is the counter emotion to this demonic force that is hate? Well, that is obviously love. So I have chosen as the central theme of the Kodupulli to represent love at its purest form. I have chosen the image of the rose. So the rose is here also a little bit represented with its spikes, with its so its outer appearance has the intention of pure love as well as its inner intentions to align ourselves more and more to the universal love that is moving away from what we think love to be in that we want to possess another human being or be possessed by another human being. So moving away from that is also part of the practice of Katyayani, to learn to be in the abundance of love, that nothing belongs to us. We do not own anything. We are here in the larger context of offering. And the best way to offer and to make offerings and to be compassionate is by sharing your food. Sharing your food can be physical, but it can also be emotional. It can also be through saying kind words and really meaning them and validating other people in how they are and who they are and giving praise to other people. So food offerings can be also emotional, not only physical. So this is also part of the practice of Katyayani, who supports us in teaching us how to be compassionate in our offerings, in our thoughts, in our feelings, and create that wealth and abundance on all levels of consciousness. So you see me creating big, large grids of dots that then hold this rose inspiring energy. And to understand how to construct this kolam type better, not only by watching me doing it, but by my physical, by my verbal feedback, you have to go to the Kolam Yoga course and sign up and purchase the Kodu Pulli Kolam videos where I dissect these beautiful Kodu Pulli Kolam structures and give in-depth explanation on how to create them and how to assemble them. And these columns will be also partly visible in that Kodu Pulli chapter of lesson 7 and then eventually also lesson 8. But this all Navarathri practice will be also represented in structural layout and grid formation in the lesson 7 of the Kodu Pulli basic training of Kolam Yoga. So you can find it back there and deepen your learning and your practice and become actively involved in creating your sanctuary offering that supports your practice of how to become more compassionate and become flowing in the wealth and the abundance creation of Lakshmi's forms, emotionally and on all levels of consciousness.
विचक्षणायै
It's a
नमः
beautiful practice.
ॐ
Colors are
क्षीरार्णववासिन्यै
red
नमः
and
ॐ
full of passion, full of
वागीश्वर्यै
love.
नमः
It's also the
ॐ
Shakti force at its
वाक्सिद्ध्यै
purest,
नमः
where she's
ॐ
really celebrated for
ज्ञानज्ञानगोचरायै
her
नमः
blood, earth,
ॐ
love,
बलायै
connection to the
नमः
light, to the
ॐ
universal good of the
परमकल्याण्यै
light being
नमः
present in our
ॐ
DNA code, the love
भानुमण्डलवासिन्यै
being
नमः
present
ॐ
in the code of
अव्यक्तायै
our blood.
नमः ॐ व्यक्तरूपायै नमः ॐ अव्यक्तरूपायै नमः ॐ अनन्तायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलवासिन्यै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलमण्डितायै नमः ॐ भैरव्यै नमः ॐ परमानन्दायै नमः ॐ शिवायै नमः ॐ अपराजितायै नमः ॐ ज्ञानप्राप्त्यै नमः ॐ ज्ञानवत्यै नमः ॐ ज्ञानमूर्त्यै नमः ॐ कलावत्यै नमः ॐ श्मशानवासिन्यै नमः ॐ मात्रे नमः ॐ परमकल्पिन्यै नमः ॐ घोषवत्यै नमः ॐ दारिद्र्यहारिण्यै नमः ॐ शिवतेजोमुख्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुवल्लभायै नमः ॐ केशविभूषितायै नमः ॐ कुर्मायै नमः ॐ महिषासुरघातिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वरक्षायै नमः ॐ महाकाल्यै नमः ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमः इति श्रीदेव्यष्टोत्तरशतनामावलिः
Golden turmeric, added light, sprinkle of divine light to commemorate that we are light beings in all our feelings, connected to the light. Kaalratri looks like the most fearsome goddess, and ironically she is in the cluster of the Saraswati energy force, of where we are entering into the sattvic transcendence of bringing focus in thinking mind, of knowledge and purity. And she, Kaalratri, is the first of the Saraswati cycle of Trinity, and she's the seventh goddess in the Navarathri nights, and she's the destroyer of all darkness, and especially our fear, our deep fear projections and imaginations that we have. So we have these thoughts of what if, can I do this, can I do that, all these projections that we make based on fear. She's there to help us to slay these within us. So she's the most Kali represented for us. And I've always found it very strange that she's not one of the first in the Durga Trinity to represent Durga energy, because she's so Durga in her raw form, in her raw nature form. But so here I'm showing her with her tongue sticking out like a real pure Kali, where she's dark blue, almost black shining blue, and she's very fierce, and she actually helps us to be powerful, strong, conquering everything that we are thinking badly. So I have given her, as a Kodu Pulli image, I've given her a conch, the shell, the sound that is emanated at the beginning and ending of prayers, where the sound of the conch is warding off all the evil, is making way, is piercing through the dark, is announcing the coming of the light. So the conch, seated around her image, is going to bring the forces to abide themselves to the light being. And the sound vibrational field is also the most connected to the higher frequencies that are also connected to the image frequencies, to the vision field. So here you see the 6 conches appearing around the central image of Kaalratri, the 7th Durga Saraswati emanation, and she's going to be in dark and red, very powerful, very radiating. So what I hear the important sevas to do during this day is to feed cows, to make offerings to cows is the most popular seva, and seva is an act of compassion, an act of giving. But I think the seva can be also metaphysical, in that you think of supporting people in your community with your thoughts. You support them with your body, with your feelings, but also with your thoughts of kindness, your thoughts of encouragement. And the cow represents light in the metaphysical language of imagery. The cow is also the one that brings us to the light, because it knows how to find the pastures of light. At early morning, as the sun rises, it brings the nomadic human to where there is sustenance. So feeding cows is a metaphysical, metaphorical act of feeding that what brings us to the light.
Om Sahasramurtyai Namaha. Om Sharvanyai Namaha. Om Suryamurti Swarupinyai Namaha. Om Ayurlakshmyai Namaha. Om Vidyalakshmyai Namaha. Om Sarvalakshmi Pradayai Namaha. Om Vichakshanaayai Namaha. Om Kshirarnavavasinyai Namaha. Om Vagishwaryai Namaha. Om Vaksidhyai Namaha. Om Ajnana Jnana
Feeding with the sound that pierces through the dark, the thoughts and the visions that pierce through the dark ignorance, because you are very clear and focused with your sound, your vibrational field. The conscious is radiating out and it's leading us to light, pure light, out of the darkness into the light.
ॐ अनन्तायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलवासिन्यै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलमण्डितायै नमः ॐ भैरव्यै नमः ॐ परमानन्दायै नमः ॐ शिवायै नमः ॐ अपराजितायै नमः ॐ
During Navaratri, we are not supposed to be using any black color. So this is not a black color, this is a deep dark brown, and it's from the coffee grounds that have been used and then dried in the sun. And I've deliberately used them here to show how the light is being accentuated of the conscious and of the radiating image of Kaalratri here in her blue-faced emanation.
ॐ दारिद्र्यहारिण्यै नमः ॐ शिवतेजोमुख्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुवल्लभायै नमः ॐ केशविभूषितायै नमः ॐ कुर्मायै नमः ॐ महिषासुरघातिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वरक्षायै नमः ॐ महाकाल्यै नमः ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमः इति श्रीदेव्यष्टोत्तरशतनामावलिः
MahaGauri. MahaGauri is the second in the Saraswati Trinity and the 8th of the Navaratri nights. And she's considered to be very light in complexion, and she's like almost translucent in that she has the capacity to mirror the light in the body. So the lighter we become, the more translucent we become, the more we reflect the light in our manifestation. And you can see that I'm placing her in that she is wearing a crown of lotus, and she will be seated in the throne of lotus kolam patterns. So her colors are also salmon pink, light pink, and the color pink is also considered one of the avatar lotus colors of love of the light of manifestation, recovery and healing. So MahaGauri here represents the force where we are in the recovery stage of all that very deep cleansing of physical, emotional, traverse the darkest of nights in our thoughts, in the projections that we have through our mind of fear. And we come to the stage where we can enter into healing and recovering of all that. And it's like the final stages of fasting where you also start to feel the energy after all the poison has left your body, has left your feelings, have left your thoughts. You actually feel light and transparent and clear, and you have regained forces like never before, like you're reborn. And these healing stages of fasting is also comes together with a vrata or a seva of watering trees. So here we are asked to be reminded of our relationship to the trees. So the seva is to water trees, and watering trees is like watering that ancestral body from which we have, it's like watering the world tree, the origin of origins of our DNA makeup, to honoring that and coming to the essence of our existence, our manifestation, our ability to co-create this world. And here she is seated so beautifully, surrounded by 6 lotuses, coloring her face in that light pink energy, which is kumkum mixed with rice powder that creates the natural pigment of this color pink.
Om Punyopacharanyai Namaha. Om Punyakirtyai Namaha. Om Stutayai Namaha. Om Vishalakshai Namaha. Om Gambhirayai Namaha. Om Rupanvitayai Namaha. Om Kaalratriyai Namaha. Om Analpasiddhyai Namaha. Om Kamalayai Namaha. Om Padmavasinyai Namaha. Om Mahasaraswatyai Namaha. Om Manasiddhayai Namaha. Om Manoyoganyai Namaha. Om Matanganyai Namaha. Om Chandamundacharanyai Namaha. Om Daityadanavanashanyai Namaha. Om Meshajyotishayai Namaha. Om Param Jyotishayai Namaha. Om Atma Jyotishayai Namaha. Om Sarva Jyotiswarupinyai Namaha. Om Sahasramurtyai Namaha. Om Sharvanyai Namaha. Om Suryamurtiswarupinyai Namaha. Om Ayurlakshmyai Namaha. Om Vidyalakshmyai Namaha. Om Sarvalakshmi Pradayai Namaha. Om Vichakshanayai Namaha. Om Kshirarnavavasinyai Namaha. Om Vagishwaryai Namaha. Om Vaksiddhyai Namaha. Om Ajnana-jnana-gocharaयै Namaha. Om Balayai Namaha. Om Paramakalyanयै Namaha. Om Bhanumandalavasinयै Namaha. Om Avyaktayai Namaha. ॐ व्यक्तरूपायै नमः ॐ अव्यक्तरूपायै नमः ॐ अनन्तायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रायै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलवासिन्यै नमः ॐ चन्द्रमण्डलमण्डितायै नमः ॐ भैरव्यै नमः ॐ परमानन्दायै
Her
नमः
face being at the center of the lotus bloom, as though it's appearing out of the lotus center.
ॐ अपराजितायै नमः ॐ ज्ञानप्राप्त्यै नमः ॐ ज्ञानवत्यै नमः ॐ ज्ञानमूर्त्यै नमः ॐ कलावत्यै नमः ॐ श्मशानवासिन्यै नमः ॐ मात्रे नमः ॐ परमकल्पिन्यै नमः ॐ घोषवत्यै नमः ॐ दारिद्र्यहारिण्यै नमः ॐ शिवतेजोमुख्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुवल्लभायै नमः ॐ केशविभूषितायै नमः ॐ कुर्मायै नमः ॐ महिषासुरघातिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वरक्षायै नमः ॐ महाकाल्यै नमः ॐ महालक्ष्म्यै नमः इति श्रीदेव्यष्टोत्तरशतनामावलिः श्रीदेव्यष्टोत्तरशतनामावलिः ॐ आदिशक्त्यै नमः ॐ महादेव्यै नमः ॐ अम्बिकायै नमः ॐ परमेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ ईश्वर्यै नमः ॐ अनीश्वर्यै
Siddidatri is the last of the Saraswati Trinity forces, Devi, deity, goddess, manifestation, avatar. And she is also the last of the Navarathri, the 9 goddesses. And hers is like a culmination of all the aspects. It's like all the boons and supernatural powers are gained in consciousness. Basically, you are gained in consciousness through this journey that you've gone through this cleansing in the physical, cleansing in the emotional, cleansing in the mind, vision board. Everything is like calibrated, renewed, reformulated. You are now tuned into offering yourself completely to the light and being light in your aspiration and in your manifestation. And here I have decided, normally in Tamil Nadu we on this day also celebrate yantras that are dedicated to Saraswati, but Ironically, this year I had a very strong Durga yantra that came to me, and I was manifest. And I felt very strongly that Durga and Lakshmi and Saraswati are basically all one force that shows itself in different facets, like a beautiful diamond that is colored and cut in various facets, and we look at it from different angles, but it's all the same in the one. And here also her face is held in that trident energy force that the warrior goddess also holds, like Shiva, he holds a trident, very much like Neptune, the modern Aquaman who holds the trident. Here we see Durga's face appear in the trident. She's at the center of the trident. She has overcome all the layers of vrata and seva, and she is now rebirthed into having crossed this time period of the equinoxes where day and night are the same in duration, and it's the autumn equinox where we're entering into preparing ourselves for a new way of going into life. And you see here my Durga Yantra on a triangle of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dots, and on each of the triangles apexes we have a beautiful flame emerging, and they're tied together in a beautiful hexagon, and they're holding Siddidatri, who is there to help us, grant us our boons, grant us our wishes, help us to fulfill our dreams. And our colors are from purple, violet, aching towards, it's taking all the colors and going more and more to the subtler physical colors. And it's really the crowning chakras that you're capable now of seeing all the 9 days in relationship to each other, and how they are seated in your life, and how you have entered into those different phases of your being and your manifestation here on earth. And when you practice this yearly, you go through these 9 days again next year, and the year after, and the year after. You may not be making the same kolam structures like I have portrayed this year, because this year I chose to do them only in Kodu Pulli Kolam, and the Kodu Pulli Kolam are the chapter heading that we are dealing with for the basic training of Kolam Yoga, and therefore it fell in the same time period as my video creation, the learning video creation. So I decided to coin the two together, to coin the practice with my own practice. So the teaching is also coined to my own practice. And I've been doing this now a few years, making kolams and different styles in Padi Kolam, in Kodupulli Kolam, in Sikku Kolam. So you can have different kinds of kolams appear, but the essence, the narration, the narrative of each of these goddesses is there to inspire you to make the right choice of kolam that you wish to create in order to venerate and call upon her forces, the particular forces of each 9 manifestations, to come and assist you in this process of cleansing the physical, cleansing the emotional, cleansing the thought world, the imagery world. And so like that you're tuning your entire being in being more and more attuned to the higher purpose of your soul force in its descent in action and co-creation of the world that you're living in. And your co-creation is in manifesting yourself as truthfully as you can, as sincerely as you can to who you are vibrating and how you are vibrating. And I think these 9 days really help us to, they are like tools in our spiritual journey, and they have been given very wisely in alignment, astrological alignment, and geological alignment, and spiritual alignment, and very practically, completely down to earth. You can place your alignment in imagery, in giving it a focus, giving it a place in your life, where you just have a moment where you, with yourself, where you stand still and you reflect and you see how you can work on those levels. How can you cleanse the physical body? How can you cleanse the emotional body? How can you cleanse the thought world? And what boons does it bring you when you do that deep cleansing? And how does it then sharpen your aspirations and your desires? Your desires become more attuned to the truth, to a universal truth. And often the truth is love fueled, light fueled. So here, these 9 nights are fueling and gearing us to becoming better vessels, to bringing the light in all our movements, our actions, our co-creations. So I hope this was clear and inspiring, and that it can empower you to join on your own the adventure of co-creating the appearance of each of these 9 goddesses in your life. And don't be scared, because it's never wrong or right. It's just what it is at that time in space, that moment in space. So for now, this is the way I brought them down into the day, into making them vibrate throughout the day into my life this year. And how I'm sharing it with you is just to inspire, to show that Kolam practice gives us these very hands-on tools to connect ourselves deeply to nature forces, to the astrological forces, to the storyboard of the archetypal force that is surrounding us, that is like a big house that gives harbor and sanctuary and allows us to manifest ourselves better and better, and see it as a support system. And wherever you are, just start where you are. That's basically the big trick, is just to start where you are, and in all humbleness put down what you can, and it grows. And my practice also has many different forms and shapes. This year is like this, and the next year it'll be different. And each year it grows in depth, in understanding, in refinement, in meaning. I better and better understand, not only cognitively, the forces that are at play, that are channeled through the large collective body of thousands of people in India, venerating and gathering the energy of these forces to descend during this Navarathri equinox, autumn, end of the year, harvesting, conquering the darkness and bringing the light more actively to earth. Thank you very much, and wish you beautiful inspiration for your own practice.
ॐ सिद्ध्यै नमः ॐ मूर्त्यै नमः ॐ सर्वसिद्धिप्रदायै नमः ॐ मन्त्रमूर्त्यै नमः ॐ नमः। ॐ सर्वमूर्तिस्वरूपिण्यै नमः। ॐ वेदमूर्त्यै नमः। ॐ वेदभूत्यै नमः। ॐ वेदान्तायै नमः। ॐ व्यवहारण्यै नमः। ॐ अनघायै नमः। ॐ भगवत्यै नमः। ॐ रौद्रायै नमः। ॐ रुद्रस्वरूपिण्यै नमः। ॐ नारायण्यै नमः। ॐ नारसिंह्यै नमः। ॐ नागयज्ञोपवीतन्यै नमः। ॐ शङ्खचक्रगदाधारण्यै नमः। ॐ जटामुकुटशोभिन्यै नमः। ॐ अप्रमाणायै नमः। ॐ प्रमाणायै नमः। ॐ आदिमध्यावसानाय